makes me want to live the American dream. Death, titties, barbecue.
Death, titties, and barbecue. Delicious.
Hell yeah. I'm small tits.
And I'm Areolas. Hey.
Hi.
This is not mint today. It's the wonderful Dirty Dalish. How you doing today, Dalish?
I'm good. Ready to talk about the Patriot, honestly.
The Patriots. Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd messaged me about this movie that you wanted to do it, and I was like, huh, it's a strange movie to pick from the year 2000 war film, but I was all for it because I was like, hey, Mel Gibson, I don't care what he's done. I like what he has done, and
You don't
what he
mind that
continues
he
to do.
hates a specific group of people?
You have to separate the art from the artist, you know. I mean, it's like Kanye. He happens to hate a certain kind of people, and I like his music. So Mel Gibson, he puts out banger films. I'm sorry.
He was so good in this, honestly. Daddy as fuck.
Hmm.
I was surprised when I saw Heath Ledger in it. I honestly just started wanting to watch war movies because I did the war game on the Dick Show and I failed horribly at it. So I figured might as well refresh myself when it comes to history.
What is the
I
war game?
started with the Patriot. Uh, Dick asks you what year the wars happened. So the
Oh,
Revolutionary War, the Civil War, all of that. Oh, I said Vietnam was in 2000.
no, that happened a little more Rolling Stones. Because I know every Vietnam movie has Rolling Stones playing the music, and that's more 70s, I think, or somewhere around there. I think. I don't
See,
know.
maybe if I liked Rolling Stones, I would have known my history, but no.
Well, I mean, it's something to know, I guess. It's good to know when wars happen, so we can try to avoid them happening again. I feel like they should happen at a like there should be a decent amount of time between each war. You can't just have one war and then like the next year have another war. You know, it's like having a child. Like I don't think you should have one right after another, after another, after another. It should be spaced
Don't
out.
tell the
So,
Mormons that.
oh man, no, that's kind of weird when you're having like babies years apart. It's kind of weird. It's like you're just a machine that creates children at this point.
Yeah. Babies raising babies too.
Seriously, I don't know. I'm all for them being spread out, so you have more of a generational gap than. Well, how old is he? 5, and he's 6, and he's 7, and he's 8. No, 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 no. It's a little too wacky for me. But the Patriot,
I was gonna say, I think he kind of does that with his wife in the Patriot, and that's why
that's
she
true.
dies.
Well, we don't
That's
get how
why
she
she
died.
kicks giving birth to the last child.
Hmm.
That's why she's like mute for half of the movie because she's traumatized from killing her mother at birth. At
Oh,
least that's what I assumed. That's
hmm.
my head canon, even if it's not true.
No, that actually does sound plausible in this film, you know, and he does have a shit ton of children for not having a wife, and I guess I was like he doesn't have a job, but I guess he, you know, has land and has slaves that there aren't
Bro, he had a
slaves.
job. It was war.
He was good at it. He was fucking good at it.
Yeah, everybody else sucked at it. Except
Whatever.
that red coat guy. I do not remember his name, but I hate him so bad. The main evil character.
Let me see what his name is. Let's see. Tavington. That's,
Tavington can suck my dick. He can suck my fucking toes. Tavington toes, dude.
he
Hated
looks like
him.
he'd be into toe sucking.
Yeah.
He does. Yeah,
Yeah.
he
Because he's
fights
evil.
he fights with no honor. I mean, yeah, you have Mel Gibson's character, you know, the Patriot who did that at one point. He fought with like very underhanded tactics, but he lives in regret from it. He doesn't feel like a good person doing it, you know, at least.
Yeah, I mean, he was willing to do it again till Heath Ledger told him, "Papa, no, we can't. We have to be better than them." Um, and then, later in the movie, if it's Taving, what was it? Tavington? Tavington
Tavington.
Toes is what I'm going to call him now. Fucking burned his wife alive in the church, and she was pregnant.
That was fucked up. That was
That's
really
the
fucked up.
moment he thought, Heath Ledger, okay, I understand my father. I'm gonna go fucking skin this motherfucker alive.
And he almost did. That's what revenge, it sort of like blinds you from the clear headedness, and he almost had him, but he didn't. He missed out.
Bro, I'm a little mad about that because who the fuck brings the little baby knife to a fucking sword fight? Like, I don't know. I don't know. That was a little bit wild to me. Heath Ledger going to finish him off with the baby knife. Of course, I'm going to turn around and stab you with a huge sword.
You think he would have learned something from seeing his brother, his other little brother, die in the hands of his own like father? I don't know, like, because there's a lot of like brotherly death, fatherly or son, father, brother death, and it's just sad. I get it. It's there's like an impact to it, but it's supposed to be motivation, right, for revenge and then try to being a better person, I guess.
I'm going to be honest. None of the deaths in the movie made me cry as tragic as they were. And I cry over everything. I cried over Boromir dying in Lord of the Rings.
Mhm.
But Thomas dying didn't make me cry. Heath Ledger's character dying didn't make me cry. His pregnant wife being smoked alive didn't make me like cry. Um, it just none of the deaths really hit because they all did stupid shit. In my opinion, like they went back to the town that the redcoats had already destroyed, right? Because they knew that's their hometown. So why would you
Mhm.
go back? Dumb bitch.
That was fucking stupid.
I
You
just
know what? What made me cry in this movie, and I'm with you on all those deaths. None of them made me cry. I understand the motivation, right? Like they gave them reason for revenge, but the part that I did cry, like I did shed a little tear, was when he's leaving from that like hidden place, and his youngest daughter tells him that the one that isn't speaking is like, "Don't go, please, don't go." And I was like crying a little bit. He's like, "I'm coming back. I'm gonna come back for you." And I was like, "Oh, that's sweet." That
that
made me
was the
cry.
most touching moment. When she
But
started speaking, though, my first reaction was that bitch was tricking you all. She could talk the entire fucking time.
I had a friend like that in grade school who just never talked, but he would like whisper to me, and I had to be his like middle ground vessel to who he would talk to. It's very weird.
What kind of things would he tell you?
He would just tell me like if that chick was hot or if or
Would you tell her for him, or like you guys just talked about the hot bitches in class?
nah, anything he needed like said to like a nurse or something, like let's say he's like, "Oh yeah, I don't feel good." All right, he doesn't feel good. I'd just be that middleman to convey that information
You
like
were
a
his caretaker.
yeah, yeah. He was. I don't know. He just never spoke, and then finally, I think the next year he came out of his shell and he just started speaking. So it.
Did he
And he
stay
ended up
friend, or did he stop whispering to you?
being we ended up being criminals together and getting arrested. But that's what happens in life, right?
What a good Lorenzo story. He started off a whisperer, ended up a criminal.
hmm hmm But I was loyal. I'll say that I had loyalty. This is a big part of this movie too. Loyalty.
Right?
hmm
Fucking kill a bunch of redcoats for your sons? Hell yeah.
I love the slaves in this movie too because they aren't really. I mean, they're called slaves, but there's no like bad word. There's no like that word being said. so I can
I
kind of
know,
be
but
like,
they really fucked them up. Like every time they needed to just randomly kill off some people and they didn't want to kill off any more kids, slaves are gone. Like, God, shoot.
they
They
had
were
a lot of
loyal
kids.
too. They
They
were,
had
I
a lot of
mean,
kids to they had a lot of kids to kill off too. He had a shit ton of kids.
right?
Yeah.
I, I honestly felt bad the entire time that the slaves were like not giving up the location of the family because
Hmm.
I guess they were gonna get killed either way, but fuck. I don't know. It just really made me sad.
The
Loyal till the end because they had to be.
and they weren't, some of them weren't even slaves. They were like, when at the beginning, whenever they were like, "Oh, y'all, the slaves here are gonna come with us and fight for us," and they're like, "We're not slaves, we're free men." And the guy got confused. He's like, "We get paid to be here," and he's just all, what? Like, no, y'all are slaves. You're black. Like, hey, we get
You
paid to
can't
be
like
here.
it here. No. You can't be here of your own free will.
Like, what? No, no. This is confusing. You're just coming with us as slaves. It's easier to fucking write it down that y'all are slaves than y'all have a wage, and y'all get paid. What the hell?
Yeah, they can put that down in the history books.
The action in this movie is pretty damn good too. Like, Mel Gibson, like even in that first scene, that first action scene where he's going, like, they call him the ghost or whatever, and he's just like killing everyone with his sons and being as efficient as possible when just killing redcoats. I don't know, it's pretty amazing.
I like when he got the dogs. That's pretty good.
Yeah, when he was like, "Oh, we're gonna eat the dogs," and they're like, the dogs are like "Roar," or something, and then it's like, they end up just keeping them as actual pets.
Yeah, I don't know who they were telling that they were gonna eat the dogs, and the guy believed them for a second.
Hmm.
Uh, and then the dogs are so loyal to him, and he brings them back to the redcoats to, make the trade for his own men. And then at the end, he like whistles or snaps to them to get them to follow him, and I just
Hmm.
thought that was great. Those dogs really said "fuck you, redcoat."
Well, yeah, they were probably being treated like shit by the redcoats. The redcoats seem all fucking
Well, they don't know him. Mel
assholes.
Gibson's their daddy.
Mel Gibson's a lot of daddies. That's another thing too, that he's hanging out with his widowed, his dead sister's, his dead wife's sister, and he's kind of like, oh,
I forgot about that. Oh, dude. Do you think he wanted to fuck her the entire time his wife was alive then?
man, he had to have had, if that's what it becomes, there had to have been like some sort of seed that started that. You know what I mean? It doesn't just, oh, my wife died, let's get closer, and my sister died, let's get closer. I mean, maybe it does, but there has to be some sort of plant and seed that grows into how freaking easily they did it. It was pretty easily, you know.
She was trying to get him to plant his seed the entire movie, dude.
And the
He
kids, all
was
of them were cool with
thirsty.
it, dude.
Well, at a certain point, they lived with her long enough. Her house burned down for them.
But I don't know, it just seems so strange to like see, because then one day they just, well, what was it? It was when the brother got married to that woman, and
Yeah,
then
and then the next day, the brother's wife fucking gets smoked. But yeah, that's when he finally kisses her because
mhm.
she's just looking off like, oh, I mean, I've been taking care of your kids and no dick.
None of
Wonder
that
when I'm gonna get that D.
that ghost dick, that
Mm-hmm.
phantom dick.
Mm-hmm. And then he finally grabs her and plants one on her.
Hell yeah. No, I don't know. I don't think anything, like, it's not any sort of sin that they're together. It was just kind of weird because the kids are so cool with it. You feel like one of them, out of all the kids, one of them would be like, "This isn't right. I hate this." You know what I mean? But all of them were cool with it.
Well, yeah. I mean, there was a lot going on in the movie. A lot of
Yeah,
their family was dying, so a lot of the people taking care of them getting killed in front of them, house getting burned. On the list of fucked up things, I think it starts to like fall down that
hmm,
dad is fucking mom's sister.
that's true. Yeah, especially when you have multiple houses burned down. Like, what kind of bad
Oh
luck is that?
yeah.
Yeah, when you have your first house and then you get thrown with your aunt, and then her
And
house
then the
gets burned
church
down,
too.
and then Jesus Christ, dude, just you can't catch a break as a kid.
No.
You're there like trying to sleep, play with your fucking Lincoln logs and shit, and then your house, your entire house keeps getting burnt down.
You're just playing with your army men and then your dad's melting them into bullets. NBD. Fuck.
And there's a point where I guess they can't catch the Mel Gibson, who's the ghost. They call him the ghost. So that Tavington, he's like, "Hey man, I got to break the rules of combat. I know there's these like rules that everybody goes by, but we got to, step up the game in a different way." And that guy's like, "All right, yeah, I guess, you can do that, but I'm going to have to leave you in Ohio." They mention Ohio. I don't know what. He's like, "Ohio." And he's like, "All right, I'll stay in Ohio."
I don't know. He let him get away with a lot of fucked shit. And I know that's just how wars are, right? Like it's way more brutal than just one church getting burned down with a pregnant woman. Like a lot of people got slaughtered.
Hmm.
And I watched The Patriot and it didn't make me shed a tear. The thought of it is that fucked.
I mean, it's kind of based off of reality, so I don't know. I feel like now with the whole idea of like wars, where it feels like we're always on the cusp of like World War III, or a war starting, or we're living through like a war, whether it's Palestine and the other ones. I don't know, the good ones or the bad ones, however anyone wants to put the sides. It's like we're always at war now, so we're so desensitized to it. You know what I mean?
Everyone just needs to watch The Patriot, dedicate 3 hours of their time, and chill the fuck out. Smoke a couple bowls, watch Mel Gibson lose his sons, feel the rage he felt towards red coats, and just shove that anger deep down.
And
Shove it deep inside.
no, yeah, you can play with it later on once it's all the way down in your pockets. Yeah, and then even with the whole red coats and the blue coats, I was like, at the beginning, I was like, who are the good guys? I don't remember which ones are the ones for racism and the ones for not. I mean, it was
Everybody
hard.
fucking sucked. That's
Yeah.
kind of, but at least there was more patriotism. Now today nobody's like hell yeah USA
Mm-mm.
we're cool. Everybody's fucking ashamed to be, not everybody, but a majority of Americans are ashamed to be American, and that's unfortunate. You watch The Patriot and I don't know, makes me want to grill a fucking hot dog, makes me want to put up the American flag and drink a beer, and I don't even like beer. I want to get a cowboy hat, cowboy boots, and live my fucking American dream.
Get that bald eagle fucking flying around and shit.
I want to go marry Mel Gibson, settle down on a farm, and have 52 children.
He'd look like his seed would fucking, yeah, be strong, like 50 states strong, or 13 states, whatever, however many colonies they had in this movie. I don't know if it was 13 states or whatever. It wasn't the old school. It was an old school flag with like a circle and stars. I don't know. I'm not historically accurate when it comes to things.
Right? When someone will tell us in the comments how terrible we did. Because at
But
one point I mentioned something about it not being in the history books that they would just take free men and make them slaves again.
mhm.
That was in the history books, bro. Like, why am I so stupid? Why do I say the things that I do?
But the history books aren't even accurate anymore. Like, when I was growing up about Christopher Columbus being the good guy, and not now, like history books are saying he's the bad guy. And it's like, well, what the fuck? Like, what's right and what's wrong? Like I don't know. It's just the way history's written. It depends who's writing the history. Whose side they're on. Like that's
Right,
the
'cause
good and the
when I
bad.
was in school, I was just glad to have the day off. Until I homeschooled, then I always had the day off.
Hell yeah, hell yeah, fucking. That's why I don't mind if it's Columbus Day or what. I don't care what it's called, as long as we still get the day off and we could still
Fucking call
just
it
chill.
Mel Gibson Day.
Hell yeah, call it Sugar Tits Day, Dave, where all the nice ladies with sugar tits can, take the day off, not be reprimanded or yelled at or anything. I don't know. I don't
I
know.
thought that was every day for women. Sugar Tits Day.
That's true. It is hard being a woman. It really is. I will say. But Mel Gibson just ends up being at that like final battle where they all kind of culminate to it, and he gets that one-on-one fight with the Tavington bad guy, and uses his cool hatchet and fights him off and stabs him. I think with does he stab him with the American flag, like a pole?
I don't remember what he stabs him with. If maybe it might be the American flag or the pole of it, but I know he is about to behead Mel Gibson, and he's saying that he was, you ain't shit. Then Mel Gibson gets him in the tummy.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know if I'm picturing it the way like I want to picture it, like all badass, where he grabs the American flag that someone had in their hands and he impels him with it, and then it like just floats on the dude's dead body. But I don't think it goes that far. But I
Well, it's
knew,
because the French are starting to like retreat, so they get Mel Gibson's character to rally them back up and head over the hill.
hmm
So that's when I don't know if he gets handed it or whatever, he grabs the American flag and they go up the hill, and that's when he starts fighting Tappington Toes.
hmm
Um, so I feel like you're right. I feel like he does end up grabbing the American flagpole and stabbing him. But
I think
again,
so.
maybe that's just the patriotism in our hearts
hmm
wanting it to be that way. That motherfucking redcoat's blood all over the American flag.
No, if anything, that's the
Mel
way it should
Gibson,
have ended.
please.
May he be with you, Mel Gibson. But yeah,
I,
that's pretty much how it ends.
I have to say, I was sad that Heath Ledger's character died, though. Didn't cry, but I did want him to make it all the way through the movie.
I felt like once his chick died, he had to die also because it was just like sad. She died very like, oh, let's get married. Oh, I'm with child, and then she just gets burnt alive, and it's
Why the
like,
fuck?
oh,
Why did she go back home? Why wouldn't they move somewhere else? I don't understand.
well, yeah. Why didn't she just stay there with them in that like safe house, or that safe space? That
I don't know. That spot wasn't any safer than her going back to that little village where he knew they lived. Because I could swear that they went and fucked shit up there before they even burned them alive in the church. I can't remember.
no, it was silly. And then the dudes, there's that pussy that just gives away all the information. They still end up dying. Like,
Is it the guy whose kid and wife end up killed, and then he sewer slides himself.
Oh, that was a different town, I think, when that happened. I think that was like right before they go on. I think that's when they take like time off, and that's when that dude gets married, and then that ends up happening. I think so. It happens before.
Man, that movie was fucked up, but really good. I
Yeah,
really
yeah.
like it.
No, I watched it in like two parts. Like I said, two halves, an hour and a half or an hour and 40 minutes, and then another hour and 20. It was good. It was like nonstop action. Like I said, a lot of house burning, a lot of just gun shooting, and a lot of fun. Like and a lot of children dying or
Yeah.
young people dying.
You know, one scene that was really cool is when Heath Ledger's character goes to fuck up Tavington Toes. And you know the preacher that went with them? Um he's loading the is it the musket? Is that what they're
Yeah,
using as a gun? He's loading the
yeah.
musket up, but Tavington shoots before the preacher can shoot him, or the preacher does something to help Heath Ledger can't shoot Tavington in time. Tavington shoots him. But when he's dying, he throws the musket up and Heath Ledger catches it and then shoots Tavington. Man, that was such a good scene. Till, Heath Ledger got stabbed in the fucking stomach.
He's a dumbass for going up to him. Like, I don't know. You never just assume your enemy's dead. You know what I mean? They could be playing possum or anything like that, and that's what he was
Throwing a
doing.
rock at him.
Fucking kick them in the nuts, like while they're down. As hard as you can. Like if you kick a dead body, nothing's gonna happen. If you kick a guy that's alive, he's gonna fucking flinch.
I just thought, why not reload the musket again and shoot him? Why knife him? I guess he wanted to make it personal. His wife did burn alive.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But that's the cost. Obviously, it's his life, and yeah, I was hoping he'd survive too because he didn't get hurt. It seemed badly, but I guess he was mortally wounded.
Hmm. Yeah, that's what's fucked is like some characters can get shot a million times and live. One person gets stabbed in the stomach and they're done so.
It's plot. What can we do, right? It's the way the plot uh harkens on. I guess we need another son dead right after his wife gets burnt. That's pregnant.
Yeah, it was really a downer. Like constantly. They got no wins. Even in
But
the end, yeah, he killed the guy, but I don't know that I feel we won. Yeah, we got our independence, right?
I feel like the ratio of if he didn't have as many kids as he had, it would have felt more sad. You know what I mean? Like, oh, hey, he's got a lot. He's fine. He's still got two or three sons there and two daughters.
There's
Um, yeah,
cute
he's still
one
got a good.
speaking now. He's fine. He's got a
Yeah,
wife. He can make a few more.
there you go. There you go. He's got like more than enough time, and then they're at the end they're rebuilding his house. Like everything's good. Like two
Right? It's
just
almost
two
like he
sons.
didn't lose any of his fucking. I know you just said they weren't slaves, but it's almost like he didn't lose any of them because at
Yeah.
the end it's no loss. All right, build the house again. We'll get new men. Who cares that you loved my children more than I loved my children?
They were the older kids anyways. They were gonna go first, I guess. You had to, you know, justify it.
I don't know. I don't. There was no. There was no feeling between anybody. There was no real bond in that movie. Even when the wife died, it was like "Mwah." He could get another wife. He
Yeah.
didn't have to go kill himself.
I feel
He
like
barely knew her.
Well, it's 1776 too, right? That's when the year this is all happening. Um, the lifespans are like ridiculously different. You know, they're like for a man, it's probably like in their 40s or something. You know, so they're probably living the regular lifespans.
What do you imagine Mel Gibson's character, like what his age was supposed to be in that movie? Because it's definitely, I don't think people were really living till 40, right? Like shit. They didn't make it that long, did they?
For he looked like in his late 40s. I mean,
Well, yeah.
his late 30s, like maybe 40s.
You know, Heath Ledger doesn't look very young in that movie either.
He's supposed to be what, 17 because he's barely signing up for the war.
Everybody just looks old as shit in that movie. Now that I'm thinking about it, even the kids, they look old as shit. The only
But
one that was hot was the mom's uh sister, the one that Mel Gibson gets with. That's the only hottie in the movie. Not Heath Ledger's wife, not any
no,
of the other bitches you see. I don't know if you see any other bitches. I don't know if you only see the two, but regardless, the only hoe you need is dead wife's sister.
yeah, she was hot. She had that like that thing that would make the butt look big, you know, like when they put a dress and then it's like a skeleton over the hips so that their dress looks bigger,
It's
like
the
hippier.
corset.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
believe
she
so.
looks so good in it. He
Hmm.
should have given her that little choker
Oh yeah, because
that he gave. Yeah,
it ended up
burned.
getting burnt. Yeah, that's all. It's just like, okay, why'd I even? This is like what I do with it now. Make another bullet.
Well, yeah, because he found the pendant, and I think it would be fucked to give it to his new bitch. Because does everyone who wears it, die? Like, is that the curse? Is it like the Sonic Shoe medallion? If you put it
Hmm.
on, you're going down.
I think so. I think we can. That'd be safe to say is that that is what's happening with that medallion.
You heard it here first. If your man gifts you one of those chokers, he's trying to kill you.
What's a choker? You're right. Choking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you should have
You're,
seen it coming.
yeah. There you go. Hell yeah. But that's pretty much the movie. Like I said, it ends with him and his wife, or I'm sorry, not his wife, his wife's sister, and the kids, you know, going to a house that's being built in the name of his dead children, and there you go. That's the 3 hour movie. And they sign the Declaration of Independence or whatever, and it's like, okay, cool, freedom, bald eagles, hot dogs, beer, everything.
Mel Gibson, big titties.
Hmm, hmm,
Hmm.
hmm.
America. Hell yeah.
What would you rate this movie?
I'd give it a 7 out of 10 because I'd rewatch it and it was entertaining as far as like a war movie goes.
I agree. I'd probably give it an 8 out of 10. I did like the action scenes; they were pretty badass, and it was a real random movie. When you told me the Patriot, I was like, "Huh?" I did look it up. Oh, Mel Gibson. Yeah, let me see if I can find this one. And I was like, okay, this is pretty. Like, yeah, except for like the lack of emotion or emotional connection with the deaths. It's a pretty good movie. It's pretty great.
Yeah, I really liked it. Again, makes me want to live the American dream. Death, titties, barbecue.
Death, titties, and barbecue. Delicious.
Hell yeah.
They're all delicious. But yeah, I want to play a little game here for with you. Do it here with Mint, and I do it with you. It's called Leaders in History.
Oh dear.
And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna show you some AI grok pictures of leaders in history, and I want you to see if you can guess the name of the leader.
I'm scared. I don't know anybody.
That's the fun of
Lorenzo,
it.
no! This
That's
is the war game all over again.
Let me see. Just say death, titties, and barbecue.
Barbecue.
Delicious. I want some barbecue now. No,
Same.
don't worry about it. It's
Ribs.
not the war game. It's not the war game. Let's see here. Do you know who this leader
That's
in history
Gandhi.
is?
But why
Yeah.
has he got a gun?
Oh, because I put on Grok, can you generate Mahatma Gandhi with a gun? And it did. It generated it. I was like,
Dude,
oh
him with
hey,
the little
cool.
pea shooter.
Hell yeah. He's got that self-defense. You never know. Um
Don't catch him
do you,
slipping.
do you know who do you know who this leader in history is?
Is this supposed to be like Hitler going to a birthday party? What the fuck?
I just put Hitler with balloons, and I don't know why it gave me flowers, and then like he's showing up for Valentine's Day or something.
When you hook up with a guy on Tinder and you show up and he brings you flowers and balloons with the Hitler stash, holy shit.
Hell yeah, good old
That
Hitler.
looks like a real man you would run into on the street nowadays. Maybe like not in the actual Nazi outfit, but Jesus Christ. That looks like somebody's father right there.
He'd probably be all methed out too, just like Hitler would.
Probably bought Kanye's shirt and got sad that it was refunded.
I'd be the most pissed off he'd be for the day. Fuck, I that's bullshit. I fucking was in line. I had it queued up. Bullshit. Next here. Do you know who this leader is in history? He goes by one name.
Why do I want to say Justin Trudeau? But like he's in a gladiator fit. But I'm sorry, doesn't that look a little bit just like a little bit
Just a
like
little.
Trudeau?
I see it. I do see it.
I'm gonna say no fucking clue on this one though.
It is Alexander the Great.
Was he that hot though, for real?
I have no idea, but AI thinks he's pretty hot. He does look pretty good. Justin Trudeau, I don't really like Justin Trudeau, but this guy's pretty attractive.
Yeah, I don't like Justin Trudeau either, but this guy's got the hair, you know?
It's the outfit that I think brings it together.
Was
That makes
Alexander the Great? Is that not a gladiator fit? That legit looks like a gladiator fit.
Yeah, it had to be from like the gladiator days or Greek or whatever that he was great in when he was the great. Let's see
Justin
here.
Trudeau the Great.
Do you know who this leader in history is?
No. Can I have a hint? Is it
Can you
Santa?
can you no, it is not. That would be a good guess though.
Is it Aristotle?
Yeah, you're close. Okay, you're close. That's what I was gonna say. It's like a Greek philosopher. That was really close. That was close. Sort of like not Plato.
God, I fucking hate myself.
It's a weird name. It's a weird name. Starts with an S.
No idea.
Socrates.
Socrates? Okay. Fuck me. I wasn't gonna get that.
Yeah, I feel like
That's
that was a
Santa
tricky one.
Claus.
Starts with an S. Santa Claus. Oh no, not. Good guess though. Good guess. Let's see. Do you know who this leader in history is?
God damn. We're just exposing how dumb I am.
No.
No. Like, is
He's
this the Cuban one?
Yeah, you're right. He is the Cuban leader. He is Fidel Castro.
Oh, Castro. Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna know anybody. I mean, at least I got Hitler.
That's always a good benchmark goalpost. At least I got Hitler. Do you know who this guy is that's playing Minecraft?
This is British fuck. No? No, it's not. He's American, right?
Yeah, they were all British and then they came over here and wanted to be American to make America, but he's one of the founding fathers. The OG, the
I don't know, Lorenzo.
he's on the is he the $1 bill?
How do I not know the man on the $1 bill?
I'm trying to think what else would give it away. There's a state named after him.
There's a state named after this man?
Uh-huh.
Can I get a letter? Can we hangman this?
Where's the White House at?
What? Oh my god! Oh!
Good old George Washington.
Ayo, George! You know, I don't get a lot of $1 bills, so
I'm about to say you deserve the Abe Lincolns. You deserve the $5, $10 bills. None of the $1 bills. That's
oh
what
my
you deserve.
god. Okay, but you see why I'm watching all these history movies now, because clearly there's not much up here.
There's a lot there. I see a lot in the entire. You got to look at yourself as a whole, and well, not a whole like to penetrate, but I mean as a whole, like a whole person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As more
Yeah.
than just small tits.
Yeah. You're you're a whole person with the brain and then the rest of you, and that's what makes it, Absolutely. I'm trying to.
I mean, I know how to cook. I might not be able to do history trivia with you, but I could cook you a meal while you do it.
Hell yeah! There we go.
I'll bring the drinks. Fuck! Holy shit!
Lastly, here one more. Do you know who this
Just
guy
Caesar?
is? Yeah, Julius Caesar. Did the pizza give it away?
I was hoping because of the pizza, but it was the fit.
There you go. Off on a good note. You got the last one, Julius Caesar.
Thank fucking God. I needed to end on a win because I might have killed myself. No, I'm just kidding. I was gonna go, off myself a couple times in Minecraft.
I mean, I'm probably gonna off myself too, but I mean masturbating, not like any other. But if people want to find something to masturbate to, everyone check out Mint Salad's Linktree, linktr.ee/titsmintsalad, or autisticboobs.com. Where can the people find you, Dalish?
You can find me at dirtydalish.com. I think that's my website. Or you could just Google Dirty Dalish.
Hell yeah. No, that's great. Everyone check out Dirty Dalish. She's great. She's got that elf content that everyone needs to see and needs to love and needs in their lives. I got a daily podcast called That's All Funny. It comes out every day. I do a wrestling show, That's All Kayfabe, with my buddy Gabe. It comes out on Mondays. And this show with the wonderful Mint Salad and sometimes guests like the wonderful Dirty Dalish on Tuesdays, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. ET on the YouTube channel and anywhere podcasts are available. I want to thank the wonderful Dirty Dalish for being here. I want to thank everyone else for listening, liking, subscribing, all that. And we'll see y'all next time. Take care. Bye.